So every week or so, we have a new list that comes out of things that are now considered as racist. For example, we had math, the SAT score, and the IQ test all become racist in a span of around 3 to 6 days. Then, of course, we have things such as breathing, because breathing requires for us to inhale a clear substance, and clear is obviously code word. It is a dog whistle for white, right? It is white adjacent, as we may say. So if you have to consume a white substance in order for you to live, definitely racist. So today we're going to introduce ourselves to some of the newest discoveries, more specifically for this coming summer. As we step into summer, we definitely do not want to be racist. I mean, it's one thing to be racist in the wintertime, but summer, that is what we're not going to do. So that being said, let's get into this video here. And as you can see, it is a strong, independent black woman who is going to teach us, because nobody else can do the job like she can.
Here's a list of words to help you decolonize your summer. And like with anything, our vocabulary evolves. It isn't about being woke, it's about elevating your vernacular to fit the times and the paradigm that we're in. Okay. So welcome.
Thank you.
First, stop saying picnic. Picnic originated from pick a N-word.
Like picnic? Is that what it was? Did you guys know that? Picnic. So picking a... So what are we going to do about our God, I can't say the word now. What are we going to do about when we want to go outside and put a towel on the ground for some reason? Pretend that the grass ain't grassing and the hay fever ain't fevering. What are we going to do? You know, we want to bring out some security. What do we call that? Do we just call that like eating on a blanket outside? That might be not as catchy as picnic, but that might work. I'm gonna write that down for later.
The word picnic originated in the 1700s, but gained popularity once people enjoyed lynching black people and spreading a nice charcuterie board along.
She did not bring charcuterie. I didn't know charcuterie was gonna make us. I swear to God, I haven't watched this video. I saw the first like 30 seconds. And I was like, yeah, we definitely, we need this, we need this level of education taking place within our own experiences, lived experiences. So yeah, I did not expect charcuterie to make its way in. Wow. Y'all were doing charcuterie back then? Picking a nig and charcuteries?
Along the trees as people were being lynched. Instead of using the word picnic,
what do we say?
Why don't you use barbecue, outing? You can use outdoor excursion.
Wait. I'm sorry, folks. I got to tell y'all, quick story time. When I was, I think, a freshman or sophomore in high school, I was told that the word barbecue, BBQ, actually came from cooking black people. But black folks getting burnt at the stake. I'm not making this up. I swear to God. I was told that barbecue sounds way worse. According to these made up definitions, it sounds way worse than picnic. You know, picking a nick, like you picnic when you playing basketball at the local rec center, right? I want to I'm a picnic every time. I'm sorry. I know that sounds. Look, you get it. You want to win? You got to picnic. Damn. So now barbecue, we can't do barbecue.
Outing. You can use outdoor excursion, gathering.
Nah, gathering sounds like some Ku Klux Klan type of shit. I don't think we can do gathering. Outing? That's like outing somebody. I think that might be offensive to the LGBTQNANIs and all them. Yeah. The alphabet community would not be a fan of outing. The last thing you do is out anything. Let them out themselves.
Rendezvous. What have you. Make it up.
Okay.
Just know that every time you use that word, you are perpetuating the history of lynching. Art. Oftentimes, folk art is ethnic, ambiguous art, and fine art is European, oftentimes generated by Caucasians. So just keep that in mind when you are observing a beautiful piece of artwork, that there is no such thing as folk art. All art.
Stop it. Stop it. There is art and then there's dumbass trash that is labeled as art. The banana. Y'all know the banana? The banana with the duct tape on it? Dumb shit is art. Right? Step into the Louvre. That is art. Basquiat. Art. To somebody. Picasso. Art. To somebody. Art is racist now? This, golly, that's one of my favorite words. I'm a little artistic, you know what I mean? That's one of my favorite words. That's, damn. Okay, what's next?
Is fine art. Final thing, dark and light. And referring to a
No. We are, no. No.
melanated woman such as myself, I do not accept being called dark. I am melanated. I am richly hued. I am dripping with melanation. That is how you should refer to.
Dear white folks out there, the next time you see a black woman say, girl, you are dripping in melanation. To the fellas specifically, just tell that woman right there, tell her you are dripping of melanation. It is just, the melanation is oozing up. I swear to God, you will have a baby mama in 8 to 9 business months. I guarantee it. That you are just Okay, we could substitute. We could do that.
Those with melanation. Do not use dark and light.
What
fair.
What's wrong with dark though? What's wrong with dark? If you're dark skinned, so I'm confused because I thought it was about appreciating the entire spectrum, all hues, right? From the darkest of, I'm talking about 11:59 p.m. dark, all the way to dusk, right? We want to appreciate the entire spectrum, but now we can't even use dark anymore. Again, the replacement is cold, dripping in melanation. Okay.
And dark is in reference to, obviously, Caucasian skin and automatically presumed good. And dark is presumed bad. You see this in a lot of Disney movies. The villain is often of more melanated hue. Time to move away from.
This is an absolute mythos. Disney? Disney. Woke ass Disney. The movies I've seen in the last like 20 to 30 years, it seems like every single one of the villains, supervillains is a white guy. Almost. But here's the thing with the dark and light. All seriousness, guys. The idea and the concept of dark and light has to do with physical light, right? Things that are happening in the dark or the absence, quote unquote, of light. Those things are usually connotated with bad or evil because it is like the unseen realm, right? Things that are happening in the shadows. And then in the light is being exposed to light where you can see the things. They're exposed for what they truly are. That's why with the truth, we speak of bringing things from the darkness to the light. Now, whoever took that offensively about their own skin or whatever it is, that's relatively unfortunate. You know, maybe the Darth Vader thing was a race thing after all. Maybe the reason why he has a black costume is because racism. By the way, created by a man who's married to a black woman. Racism. Yeah. So that was the third. Okay. Do I have anything else?
This colorism blind spot of referring to Black people as dark and as light. This has a connotation of good and bad. We are melanated. We are hued, richly pigmented people. Dark. There is no such thing as dark humor. There is humor that is more opaque and humor that is more transparent, has levity. This is just...
Wait, so now you can't say dark humor? Okay, look, dark art. Dark picnic art. How about that? I'm sorry, folks. This is exactly why this level of racial division has taken place. This is why. When do we become so damn fragile? Dark. You lucky they're not calling you something else. Dark? Light? I mean, light-skinned is even an insult in some circles, which is really unfortunate that any of it is. You know, there's a lot of colorism, and guess who's most guilty of it is quote-unquote Black folk. By the way, you might want to get rid of Black if you're afraid of the dark label, because the Black thing, like the FBA, Foundational Black American, since we're not doing dark anymore, we can't do Black because Black is the epitome of darkness.
There is humor that is more opaque.
That's crazy.
And humor that is more transparent.
You making it up.
Has levity.
Transparent.
This is just an...
Man. So Seinfeld is a transparent comedian. Not because he is... I can't say light. Can I say white? Not because he is other than opaque. There is opaque. Okay, so let me see. Like Ricky Gervais is an opaque comedian, right? Jimmy Carr, opaque. Though they are of the other, they're of the lighter hue. Oh shit, I said light. I'm sorry. Damn it. I'm really trying to apply these now. Okay. Jimmy Carr, opaque. Right? I don't know, Steve Martin. Opaque. Chris Rock. See, if I use opaque there, that's kind of racist. Oh, damn.
Exercise of evolving and maturing your vocabulary. We oftentimes think that just because we grew up saying a word or doing a certain thing, habituating ourselves to certain language, that it is okay. But once we begin to pull the thread of the history, the etymology of the word, we understand that that word does not resonate with who we're becoming. Who are you becoming? Someone who is knowledgeable?
I'm becoming an idiot. The more I listen to this, the more I become smooth-brained, non-functional in the northern regions. I feel dumber every time. But I do it for you. I do it for me. I don't do it for me. I do it for sanity. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now, if you'd like to stay around, make sure to click that little subscribe button down there, or you can show some love by going to the description below and clicking on the button titled Buy Me a Coffee. Leave a little something there, or click on the Cash App. Leave a little something here. Till the next time, peace.
I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 365, that's a full rotation. I see you looking up. You know them constellations. Constantly gazing like house of praises. You get to praising.